Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Retro Chip Guy, and in this channel we will be taking a look at old chips and old computers. In this particular video, my first video, we will be taking a look at the Commodore 8050 disk drive. I got it on eBay. I got a great price from a lovely lady in Italy, but when it got here I could tell that it's going to be a whole lot of work getting this puppy up and running again. The overall look of it was terrible. It was filthy and you could see rust coming through the paint, and the last users were definitely a smoker. It just smelled like blah. It wasn't any better on the inside. All important chips like the 6532s, the 6530s, the 6502s and some ROMs, they were all missing. And the 6502 that was in there was actually one in there, it was all corroded and had legs missing. So yeah, didn't look too good at all. But after cleaning the board up and replacing some crusty old sockets, it actually looked pretty good. I've gone through the entire board and checked continuity mostly, and everything looks good, so it should be able to run some code. We will have to see about that a little later on. So in this video I will just briefly go through what I've done so far and what I think needs to be done to get it up and running again. So what I've done so far is giving it a good clean. I've scrubbed it properly. I've replaced a lot of sockets on it. All of these sockets have been replaced. They were old, they were crusty, and there were single wipe versions of them. Doesn't work really well. So I've replaced all of those sockets. I have acquired new chips for the unit. There's a very old 6502 in here. This is a chip that I've had for like ages. It has a 1979 date code on it, and it still works. And then there's the other 6502 in here. This will be a CMOS version from Western Design Center, 65CO2. And I have some old new stock of 6532s here that I've got from AliExpress actually. These have been tested and I know they're working, and these chips I've taken them from other boards that already work, so we know that those are fully functional. So this is what I've done as far. I've also powered the board up and tried to see if anything happens on the board. When I started it, we had the oscillator running, but it was running at its third overtone at 36 megahertz. So my experience of old crystals is that they will age a bit, and sometimes you need to hook a capacitive load to it to force it into oscillating at its fundamental frequency again. So this is what I've done here. I placed a small cap here, and now it runs very smoothly, 12 megahertz exactly. So this is what I've done with the board so far. So next stages will be to see if I can get some code running on here, and for that I need some replacement parts. The 6530 here, they are pretty much impossible to find, or they are impossible to find. So what I've done is I've created a replacement board for it. It has a pin header which goes into the socket. It has a 6532, it has a socket for a memory, and it also has a CPLD on it. So this board will replace the 6530, and it will be placed like this on here. So that's that, and I've also address the issue of the 2364 ROMs which are on here, or mask ROMs which are on here normally. Those ROMs have a factory programmable chip select polarity, and Commodore in their infinite wisdom chose to set them as high, chip select high. So these adapters here have a small inverter on them, so normal EEPROMs can be used in place. And these are placed in here like that. I need to solder one up for this socket as well. And after that, I need to start the board to get it up and running. So if you like this, click on the thumbs up and all that YouTubey stuff, and I'll keep on posting more information about what happens to this poor little disk drive. Cheerio!